maybe the audience will understand why I stayed as long as I did. I was sexually abused, and so
at that age.
Yeah. When my parents separated, and my mom moved back home.
What hasn't life thrown
at me?
Seriously, what hasn't life thrown at
I know. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, so as a child, I felt if my father was around, if my father was in the picture,
Things would have been different.
Things would have been different. And that is why I never wanted to separate my children with their dad. Yeah. Now you understand.
Shit.
Yes. So there was that, like, I knew if they had a protector, nothing would happen to them. Yeah, that was why. Yeah, this is how things happen.
Wow.
You know, they say we are a sum total of everything that we've been through.
Those two small.
Yeah, they all build up.
Bad mistakes, bad choices, or
good
efforts and choices, good choices,
Yes,
good choices,
yes,
and mending,
yes,
fixing,
yes,
and being
yes,
correct.
yes.
But eventually, you almost seem like you're perfect.
Yeah.
But then people don't know, will think you just dropped from heaven. Wow, this is an angel.
Yeah.
Ama, this is a devil from hell.
Yeah.
It's a series of either negative or positive.
Yeah.
That is why.
That's why I stayed as long as I did.
So that they don't go through the same things you've gone through.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was why.
The sacrifices we make.
Yeah. Oh, sheesh.
I'm sitting here wondering what kwanza.
Huyu amerogwa ane.
Bana wewe. Why are you putting up with this?
Yeah.
Mnashanga. How could you not burn that house?
Everything I do is for my children.
Hey, mother siawa.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm answered. I think your swali sitauliza tena.
Na utauliza tena why?
Sitauliza tena.
Sitauliza tena. Yeah, now you know why.
Now I know why.
Now you know why.
Rosavi tu maisha imekunyorosha.
I am owed that hammock in a beach with the tequilas and cocktails.
Kabisa.
I'm owed that. I'm owed that.
Unajua imefika point Rosafi tu mimi nasahau shida zangu sasa. As much as ziko mimi nazisahau.
Yeah. Mm.
Aya. Bado we are to put a punch inaitwa ngwaje? We had to hit the we had to hit the apex of the day you left.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the day I left.
I want to go back to
when I was packing.
I want to go back to when you're packing the 4 months.
When I was packing the 4 months I was packing.
Yes. Then there's something else. There's something else. Jina imepotea.
The
WhatsApp group.
Checkpoint.
Yes. Let's go back to Checkpoint. It moved focus from attending to his rehabilitation under alcohol and alcoholism to you.
Yeah.
What is the worst that happened on Checkpoint? Let's call it Checkpoint.
It was that day, the day that they were all because after that there wasn't really any interaction anymore.
Basically you're blue ticking.
Yeah, I no. After I stated and I told everyone off, everyone kept quiet. Like they were not expecting me because I told them I am defending myself because he has shown that he cannot defend me. Just like I defended myself with your father, I will defend myself with you two, with you three. So they kept quiet. I'm sure but in the back picture the phone call still going on but in the group they were quiet.
Wow.
Yeah. So in the WhatsApp group nothing was happening. That was in September.
Wacha kututisha hapa si
uende you're threatening us. Us.
Oh, karibu niulize ile swali kumbe umejibu. Wow, mazee swali mvumilivu. Wewe ni mvumilivu bwana.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Let's go towards exit. So umepack.
Yeah.
Hapo kamwezi kamwisho. Hata ku notice like
the last 2 months to me leaving. That was September, after the WhatsApp shenanigan. So he heavily got into drinking. Like he'd be gone from 7 in the morning. In the morning, like he'd wake up, make his dad breakfast and leave. His job was to take, after he delivered, his job was to take Kemi to the road to get into the school van and go to school.
Oh, a school van was coming to pick her.
Yeah, so ndo nibaki kwa nyumba na mtoto. That was his job. So he absconded that. So that was my job now, to prepare Kemi for school, get her ready, and like wake up, prepare her breakfast, prepare her, and then take her to the school van. Sometimes the younger one would wake up and I'd go with both to the road. Yeah, even in the evening, sometimes when she'd get home from school, inanyesha nimeenda na mtoto na umbrella to go, and so like I'd carry the little one mbele na beba Kemi nyuma because it's raining.
So ilifika mahali he stopped caring.
He stopped caring.
Absolutely.
He stopped caring.
Did you ever ask him why?
No.
Ay, Maya.
See, I told you I got to that point where I was not asking anything. Where are you from? Nope. What are you doing? Nope. We need money for this. Nope. I was not talking with him because how do you communicate with someone who is not even there?
Why are you talking to someone?
No.
Because Mimi, I'm trying to imagine myself in that one. Mimi, depression ingenigonga.
I was already depressed. I had postpartum depression. I was depressed. Since sasa now my baby was paying for everything with a low milk supply.
What? Hii movie yako inaanza kuwa horror na mimi maroza horror sina.
Yeah. Yeah, so for the last 2 months before he left, we all lived in the same house, but him and Kemi did not meet. Yeah. Because
like he comes when she's asleep?
Yeah,
before he wakes up. She wakes up, sorry.
He'd come between 3 and 5 a.m. when we were all asleep. And then he'd leave, like he'd still be in bed. Sometimes Kemi would go to his room when he's asleep, look at him, but still like she'd check on him and then leave. So they didn't really have a face-to-face for those last 2 months. They were living in the same house, but there was no interaction because he was always drinking and coming home late, leaving early. He was not there during the day. It was just me and the children. So when he did that, that was when he made the last, because I keep saying I was there because he was a good father. He took that away from the table.
Wow.
So there was nothing else holding.
So the good fatherhood out.
There was nothing else holding him to me or me to him. Like he took that away from me.
Oh shit.
So there was nothing else because he was already a lousy father, a lousy husband.
Sasa, the primary reason why
I stayed,
sucked up and stayed and put up with bullshit is because he was a good father.
Yeah.
But now that
has
is
gone
out.
Yeah.
Unangoja?
So that's when I left. That's when I left.
That lefting, hey.
Kuna juice. Yeah.
So at what month are we? 4 months packing, alafu tuko what month?
November. Yes. So in my mind I had decided I wouldn't want to disrupt my child with school.
Hey, priorities.
My children are always my priority. Anything I decide in life, I always think of my children first. So are they okay? That's how I think. It's never about who am I pleasing. No, are my children okay?
Someone once told me single mothers are the best of human beings you can ever get. I'm now believing it. Carry on.
Yes, my children come first. Any decision I make, if it's a job, I have turned down jobs when I was my brokest because it meant I'd have to leave my children. And I was like, if I left, I wouldn't protect them.
Aje, how?
Yeah.
Ikai.
Yeah, so I had to think of my child's schooling first. So niliamua I'll leave the day after closing day. Yeah, because amefunga shule, now we can
Now we
leave.
can leave.
Closing day tuko huko na baba yao. Closing ceremony, we're in school.
Tunafunga.
We are together.
Plus the young one.
Yeah, plus the baby. And she was all there happy, laughing with other people. She was a happy baby, even though she didn't get enough of me. But she was a happy baby. She was my saving grace. She was not you know how some children cry and they're fussy.
Yeah.
My baby was
irritate you.
Yes, but I think God knew if I had such kind of a child, I'd get more depressed.
Actually, it's a source of comfort.
Yeah, so she was a happy baby. She was happy, she was lively, like anytime I'd be around her, I'd be like, oh, look at this.
That is comforting.
Yeah.
Uko na mashida zako unaona mtu yake smile.
Yeah, alikuwa anani-smile. I have so many photos of her laughing and smiling.
For nothing, ujue anacheka nini?
Yeah. So tuko huko shule, it's closing ceremony. I was sitting with the dad, and then closing ceremony is going on, and then he left before we were completely done.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
What the hell?
He was like, I need to go, and I was like, okay, sir. So he left.
Ngoja kwanza.
I had stopped asking questions by that point.
Sawa,
I had stopped asking questions. I was like, you do you.
Wewe ulikuwa umesema F it, but still.
April till November.
Didn't you like ni closing day? Unajua kabisa leo ni closing day. How do you
No, for me I always think of my children as my children. My responsibility.
I've stopped asking. So he left before the ceremony was out.
He left before the closing ceremony and everything. So tumemaliza closing ceremony. I've gone to the class teacher. We've talked about her progress and everything, and then I went back home.
How is she performing at school?
My baby is a smart cookie.
Awesome.
I keep thinking she's a genius and has a servant syndrome.
She had to be.
It's just that we're in Kericho, we're in Africa, and she does not have the exposure and resources.
To
but I feel like she is a genius because I don't know.
But I was supposed.
I truly think she's a genius. I think it was one of the two of you.
Yes.
Because she has a photographic memory.
Anyway, we'll get back to that.
She has a photographic memory, and she's a fast learner. Whatever you teach her once, by showing her how it's done, like step by step, she gets it. Not explaining a lot of things. Oh, funny. No. You can be there with her, just quiet, and then just showing her how this is done, and she'll do everything the way it's supposed to be done.
Remember the way she was bombarding those puzzles kwa simu.
She's very good at jigsaw puzzles. Don't have anything on her. They do not have anything on her.
Aya, tumefunga shule.
Tumefunga shule.
I'm a left group.
Tumeenda no. I'm a left group before. So I went and bought lunch. Went home with my children. We just hung out, watched cartoon. Anytime I'm with both of them, we watch cartoon.
So you're using a cab?
Yeah, we used a cab because he had left us, so I had to go home with a cab. So we get home. Mtoto yajui what's going on. Watoto hawajui what's going on. For me, I'm like
the innocent ones.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, this is it. I'm like, this is it. Shule imefungwa, so this is it.
It's now dawning on me.
This is it. I said I'd leave the day after. This is it. So I put the baby to bed, and then I started packing some stuff.
Zile za mwisho.
No. Za kwanza sasa. Like I started, I had a list, I had a checklist. I still have it on my phone.
As in vitu za mwisho za kupack sasa, zile za mwisho ukipack mtu akikosa najua umeenda.
Yeah. I had a checklist.
OCD.
Yes. I had a checklist that I had made before because I didn't want to forget anything. So I had a checklist with every room. Even the greenhouse and the germination room, I had a checklist on everything. And before the school closed, I had arranged the germination room. I had packed everything, all the...
You're living in peace.
I did, yes. Mi sikuwa nataka maneno ya kuvurugana because his first wife left after breaking everything, and I was like, that's not me. She broke plates, she broke glasses, she broke things in the house, and I was like, that's not me.
What?
I was like, that's not me.
Alimfanya ile kitu?
Yeah, ile kitu.
Are you serious?
I was like, that's not me.
You're exceptional. Carry on.
Yes, so I went to the germination room. I checked on... I had a checklist. Even before I had left, previously, even when I was working on the greenhouse, I always had a checklist. So I made sure all the trays were set up properly, stacked according to size.
Yeah, size and the dates.
Yes, and then the box that had the medication, not medication, but like fungal infection medication, mbolea inaitwa nini kwa English? Fertilizer. Yes, the box that had all the things that were needed. I made sure the knapsack spray was inside the... Like, I made sure everything was okay.
Let me overtake. Ulimwandikia list ya vitu umewacha na venye ataproceed.
No.
Did you
I had my own list.
Handed over officially.
Handing over. But the thing was, he was not home, so he didn't even know what was going on in the greenhouse. He was not home. He didn't know what was going on. But I made sure...
Everything
I think even that morning, I sprayed the seedlings. I didn't want them to die because that nimeenda.
After all,
they were not collateral damage.
Nice.
I was not being nice. No, I was just being me.
Yeah, you're nice.
I was being okay. So I was being me. The seedlings did not have anything to do with what was going on. The seedlings had the right to live.
What level of maturity is that? Yeah. The seedlings didn't have anything to do with what was going on. The seedlings, the greenhouse, the dad, everything had
everything to do with
what was going on.
Nah, for me, I'm a natural. My instinct to kill haiko.
Mimi ningechoma greenhouse. Why?
No, I'm a natural. My instinct is to raise, to grow. So I made sure the germination room was okay, the greenhouse was okay, and then I came to the house. That was the day of the closing day. So I double checked the rooms that were not in use, and then I double packed the kitchen. We were still in the house, so I was still using the kitchen, but I still double packed. I was like, this is my stuff. Kesho nikipack nitachukua hizi vitu. Yeah, so I put the baby to bed.
A moment, like if you can, the kitchen detail. What exactly, like nitachukua hizi vitu nini?
The things that I had come with. Unakumbuka nikikwambia I had labeled boxes, kitchen, shoes, books. Yes, I came with kitchen stuff, and then I had been gifted kitchen stuff and I was still living in there. So I took the things that were gifted to me and the things that I came with. But I didn't take the microwave because it was his brother who had gifted us the microwave. So I didn't take it for the same reason that it was his brother who had gifted us the microwave. Nikaacha microwave.
Abasi because nimeona mafala wengi ukipost on social media. Ati leo nimelala njaa kwa nini? Alienda na kila kitu.
That's actually what he said, but I still left his stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, nimeenda mbele, but still.
So you are still labeled bad?
I was called a thief. Ilisemekana nimeiba kila kitu kwa nyumba, nimeiba kila kitu kwa greenhouse.
Najua tutafika hapo. Haya, back to the labeling. Left things in order.
Yes.
OCD ni mzuri
yes, mimi sometimes I think probably, I don't know if I am, because sometimes they say autism is hereditary. So probably she got it from me. If it is hereditary to some degree.
Yeah, there's a way you want things done in order, the right way.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. My OCD is not just that we have to be clean.
Yeah.
No, it's more of
everything. General principle.
Yeah. So
employees,
the day before I paid everyone. Sikutoka na deni ya mtu.
Uliwaambia unaenda?
No. I paid everyone, but I didn't tell them I'm leaving. I just cleared up all the accounts. I was like, what was it second? And I added something on top. I was like, ini ya nunua sabuni, nunua something. Yeah, santi.
Hold. Hiyo pesa. Hiyo pesa umetoa wapi na venye tuko tu?
See, seedlings. No. For me, those 2 months that he was drinking, he was not providing.
So whatever you are generating, you're managing well.
Yes. He was not providing.
Okay.
He was not providing.
Okay.
And so I was taking care of everything at home. His father's meals, our children's meals.
Mwenye atakuangukia next. Carry on.
Yeah, so I was dealing with everything. So I paid all the workers. I made sure the greenhouse was set up, the germination room was okay, and then I came to my house. Because I knew I was leaving after schools closed, I got my wash lady to come days before, so I did not have any dirty laundry. Ilikuwa tu ya shule. So I started packing things. Ile kidogo kidogo ile na macho, not physically but na macho.
Like unajua itaingia hapa.
Itaingia hapa. Yeah. Yes, and I'm done. So the next day he comes his usual 3 a.m., 4, 5 a.m. Anaingia kwa room yake analala na amka asubuhi.
Sasa umeshalebo vitu na macho unajua tu sikia mwisho tu toa niende.
Yeah.
Yaani msee haoni mnahama.
Haoni.
Inasema ngoje? Omnipresent.
No, he was used to me being used to the abuse, so he knew there's nowhere I was going with 2 children. I think it's why everyone changed when I got pregnant, because they all assumed hakuna mali nitaenda na watoto wawili. Umezaa, hakuna mali unaenda. You cannot manage. I do not have an employment.
There's nowhere you came from.
Yeah.
Kumbe wakujui?
Hawanijui.
Yeah.
Nimelabel vitu na macho, I have packed everything. So the next morning he leaves. Ameenda I think at around 8. He left us watching Disney Junior.
Shule ilifungwa jana. Yeah, which is what you were waiting for.
Yes. Because when he told me, you remember that time he told me you either cook for him or you leave. And I told him, sawa, I'll leave. But I'll leave when schools close. I told him. So schools have closed.
So maybe he knew he took it for a joke.
Yeah, he took it for. I'm sure he didn't believe. He didn't think that.
Maybe he wanted you to leave.
Yeah. Okay. We would never know. So that's the day after schools closed. So as soon as he left the house, like amefunga mlango, ameenda, I got up. I went to the bedroom at 8 in the morning. I got to the bedroom. I started packing our clothes, my children's clothes. I put them all in their suitcases. I removed my clothes. I just did this to them in the hanging with the hangers. I just did this and I removed them from the hanger and I put them down, covered them with a sheet. I had my own sheets and he had his own sheets. So I stripped the bed. I put his sheets on the bed. I actually spread the bed. I put his sheets on the bed. I spread the bed. I spread it properly. I checked on the bed my stuff. I took my stuff. I left his stuff. And then I checked the drawers, everything that was mine. My drawer, we had a double drawer in the bedroom. His stuff and my stuff. So in my stuff section, I removed everything and even the drawers below it. And then we had a chest of drawers in the bedroom that had a vanity mirror. I took all my stuff in the vanity mirror. I arranged his stuff. I removed everything that was mine in the drawers. I kept his arranged, not haphazardly thrown. No, I arranged everything. And then I packed our suitcases. And then in the middle of packing, my sister came.
Surprise.
Yeah, because it was closing day. Even for her daughter's school. And she used to come visit me. So she visits and she's like,
what's up?
What's going on? And I'm like,
you are secretive.
I didn't tell anyone because I had not planned on telling anyone. I had made plans with where we were going to. I had made plans with where we were going to, so that is what mattered. Tunaenda wapi after this?
Keep it simple.
Yeah, not telling.
The less people involved,
the better. Yeah. So I had made plans with where we were going, so I knew my stuff were going to be okay. That is what mattered. So my sister comes over. She used to come over like frequently with her daughter, or she'd drop her daughter over and do her own stuff. So this time she comes over and she's like,
Chela.
Eh,
Is how?
what is going on? And I'm like, thank you for coming. Now you can babysit. Because my baby was starting to get fussy.
Yeah, and you really have to finish.
And I had to finish what I was doing. Yes, in a day.
Yeah.
So I tell her, please sit there and babysit my baby. Watch cartoon, kuna CDs, kuna Disney Junior, everything. Just sit there. She's like, what is going on? And I'm like, I have my own plans.
It's not an impulse. It's been planned.
It's been planned.
Did she try to convince you like?
No, she knew what was going on. I used to tell her. So she was like, no. She didn't get involved in any way. She was just like, umeamua. Nikamwambia mimi nimeamua. I'm done. Nimeamua. During the week, that week, I had gone to check on the house. I had made plans, preparations, and everything with the house that I was moving to. So where we were moving to was all set. OCD. So she was like, are you okay? Do you have money? What do you need? Like she became, she got involved with something that she didn't know.
Okay, it's almost like a rude surprise.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell her, rudi kwako.
How do I not know?
Yeah, I did, because my sister is my closest person ever. I don't have besties.
That's the only two.
Yeah, I don't have, this introvert thing. It makes me be self-sufficient. So I don't have.
You learn to survive.
Yes.
Alone.
Yeah. So my sister is my only friend.
I find it to be pretty effective because
it's very effective.
When
it's
know
very effective.
It's you surviving alone, you can't disappoint yourself.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Other than banking on someone, you're like,
I mean, it disappoints.
Something happened.
Yeah, so she was like, it's happening. She knew previously. I used to tell her, mimi ninaenda. But because she didn't used to take me seriously, so she didn't expect it. So when she came over, when she was coming with my niece, they were coming for a play date because they'd had several play dates with me.
Oh, this was a weekend, huh?
No, I think it was on I don't know. Because
I'm assuming school.
November 17th, 2019.
Thursday, Friday.
November 17th, 2019. I still remember the date. I'm a stickler for dates.
Yeah. And numbers.
I'm a stickler for date and numbers. Yeah. And I didn't speak about it the previous year, November 17th. My husband's stepbrother came and attacked my husband in the house. I hadn't spoken about it. Yes. 15th or was it 17th? But it was November. Alikuja kapiga bwana yangu and I'm like, you're the king of the jungle. Why are you not beating up your big brother? Why are you letting him beat you up? Why are you letting him attack you in your own house? Fight! You're a fighter!
Beating bwana.
I was like, fight! And he didn't fight back. He didn't fight back. He did not fight back. This whole thing of first wife, second wife thingy. So this brother was the first wife's son. Yeah, so there's that.
Our learned friend.
No. This is someone else in the States. He came home.
Much older.
Yeah, much older.
With much authority and chest stamping.
Yeah.
And that.
Huyu anafanya nini hapa? Anasema nini? Nimekuwa nikisikia anafanya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So let me teach my younger brother a lesson.
Jesus. Okay, physically, how are you comparing them?
No, my husband is still stronger and everything,
and bigger.
But that day, I don't know what happened. He didn't fight back. I took a video. I have a video.
You don't say.
I told you I'm a receipts. I have a video of the fight that was used in the police. It was actually a police case. Because he wanted to stab he did stab my husband, but he stabbed him with a knife that was not a sharp-ended knife.
Whoa. Why for him?
Yeah.
What was this about?
I don't know. I think they just had their own issues.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like I asked you, you believe in kulaaniwa? Curses, I think, wamerogwa.
Yeah. Yeah. So and when he was leaving, when the brother was leaving, he told me, pack your shit up and leave. And I told him, you are not the one to tell me. It's not on you.
So basically he came to destroy you guys. Anapiga bwana yako alafu anakuambia uende.
Ati toka kwa nyumba, pack your shit up and leave.
If there's a story there, we'll get to it. Let's come back to your sister in shock. You're packing. Are you
I am
okay?
packing.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, she was like, are you okay? What is going on?
November 19th. November 17th, 2019. It was a Sunday.
Was it?
Yes.
It was?
So amekuja play date.
No, 17th.
17th
was
2019.
Was I think it was on Saturday or yeah, I think it was because it was the day after closing day. And closing day was on a weekday.
So amekuja play date.
Amekuja play date because watoto wamefunga shule. Wacha watoto wacheze because she used to bring her daughter over and I'd host her daughter wanacheza Panakemi and magazines.
I miss those days,
yeah, and I think I hosted my niece for several occasions, like all the time. Anytime my sister would want to go somewhere and anamleta.
Actually si mbali.
Hata angeshuka kwa gari kwa main road and then I'd go pick her. Yeah. So anafika, she finds me packing and she's like, what is going on? And I'm like, I'm packing. And she's like, you're packing for what? And I'm like, I'm leaving.
To where?
To where? I'm done. yeah, and she's like, you're done, like done with the marriage or done with the home or done with what?
Full stop.
And I was like, Chebet, I'm done. Mfunga shule, I can leave. I stayed all this time because I didn't want to disrupt her. She's done with school. I have this. I know. I was like, I'm done. This is it for me. This is my. If I miss this exit,
that's it.
That's it for me. It's either I die, I kill myself, or because if I missed this exit, that was it for me. I hadn't planned beyond the day after closing because in my mind I make plans. I hadn't planned after closing being in that homestead.
So psychologically you could not deal with anything?
Psychologically no, I would no.
Usha plan uko penye unaenda?
Nisha plan, nimeshatoka.
You're imagining the neighbors.
Yeah, nishatoka.
So if this fails,
I'm done.
And you already going through some sort of depression.
Yeah, during the period that I was there, I had suicidal. In my teenage years, I had several suicidal attempts. Several, not just one, several. Several. Until there's a point where I reached out to a doctor friend and he actually knew what I had done. He was like, did you try to kill yourself? I ingested about 60 tablets and I took it with alcohol.
You wanted to die?
I had a death wish, yes. I mean, I was depressed since I was 10. So as a teenager, I had gone through years of depression without any therapy, without any help.
I think tutaongeza depression.
Depression is a big thing. Depression, mental health is such a big thing.
Down and share what you can share and see how you survived, how you managed mpaka umefika hapa.
Yeah.
Aya, hii part ya kuhama hii exit. Back to Cynthia and kushtuka.
Yeah.
Yes, you are done.
So she's like, you actually done? I was like, I'm done. If I stay, I'll die. I actually knew I'd die. Not just me, but I knew I'd kill my children and kill myself. Because I was done. Like there was no life beyond the 15th of November. There was no life beyond the 15th of November. I hadn't processed beyond that.
Telling that to your sister is not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a meme.
Yeah, it's not a meme. And for her, she's known that I've always been suicidal. So for her, it was more of, it's not just about her, the other two lives. Because I used to tell her, sitawaachia watoto wangu.
So ukisema I'm done, she's 20 basi.
Yes,
this is it 20.
3 lives. Because I used to tell her, sitawaachia watoto wangu. Sitawaachia munitese watoto wangu.
Kama wewe unateswa ndio uko hai hivi watoto wako ukiwaacha.
Yes, I used to tell her sitawaachia watoto wangu. sitawacha watoto wangu. So she knew that shit. Yes, I'm a Christian and I'm working on my profanity. So I used to tell her that my children, wherever I go, nenda now.
If you're dying, unakufa now.
If I'm dying, I'm dying with them.
Sleeping hungry.
Yes. So I'd be like, if I'm dying, I'll kill them first, for me to be sure that they're dead. Ndio wasibaki watiteseke.
Go to wherever you're going.
Yeah, if it's purgatory, then that's where we're going. As long as I know we are together.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's ever been there, kuja tuambie.
Yeah.
These beliefs and things you have. Anyway.
Yeah, so so she came, she found me packing, and she's like, "Umeamua?" Yeah, I'm done. Sijaambia mama lakini I'm done. So she's like, "How can I help?" Nikamwambia, just babysit. Babysit for me. Let me do everything else, just babysit for me, because my baby was 5 months old at that time. So she babysat and I packed. I finished the bedroom. I removed all my clothes, my stuff, my Kemi's clothes, my baby stuff. I removed everything. I was packing while bringing everything to the near the door. Yeah. And then at a point, my father-in-law came to the house, to the door, and he was banging the door, and I was like, what does he want? So
this is the time to pour. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so I go to the door, and he's like, do you have a matchstick? And I'm like, oh, just that. I didn't have I was like, in my mind I was like, just that. He wanted a matchstick.
Okay.
So I told him I didn't have, and he asked me, do you have money? I was like, oh yeah, that I have.
How much did he want?
He wanted 10 bob to send the...
Oh, for a matchstick?
To send the... There was a boy nearby. He was like, I can send the boy to go get my... So I was like, okay, so I have... So I gave him the money that I had. It was more than 10 bob. So I gave it to him. So he went and sent the boy. I don't know what happened, but he went. In my mind, I was like, bye. Because that was the last time
You were seeing him, talking to him,
yeah,
interacting with him.
Yeah. In my mind, I was telling him bye. I was like, we're living at a good note. I have done something good for you.
I bought you a matchstick.
Yeah.
A matchbox.
A matchbox. That is something cheap, but I've done something nice. So this is bye for me. So in my mind, I was telling him bye. So he goes. That was at 5 something. So in the middle of my packing, I'm warming supper. It wasn't for us, because I left before we ate. It was for when I leave. There was some leftover spaghetti.
The house is clean.
The house is
clean and
my bedroom was clean. I had spread the bed. The bathroom was clean. I had picked my stuff and fetched water. There was a tank in the bathroom that sometimes would go empty. So I'd fill it up. So I filled up the tank. The bathroom was okay. I locked the door. And then so the bedroom was like, it was okay. I removed everything that was mine, and then I came to the bedroom. The bedroom, I had removed everything of mine. So I came to the sitting room. The other rooms, I had collected everything that was mine, the kitchen. So it was just the sitting room. Like, that's where I had piled everything. So in the middle of my packing, my husband calls. This is the first time in 2 months he has called me during the day. The first time in 2 months. I think hata kwa roho yake, like he felt something. Yeah. So I answer the phone. I'm like, he's calling me. So I answer the Allah. So I answer the phone, and he's like, what do I bring for supper?
Holy macro, are you kidding?
I'm like,
I'm
like, that's new. So I tell him, anything that you can think of, just whatever you think of. Kuja nayo.
Unajua utakuwa.
Mimi najua sitakuwa. No, that was, because for me, I knew that meant ako kwa supermarket. So he'd take 20-30 minutes. He liked window shopping. So that would be 20-30 minutes of him window shopping and buying stuff and then paying for them and then coming home. So that's 30 minutes.
So ni kama alikuwa akikwambia harakisha.
Yeah. Ndio sasa akanipatia hiyo ya kuharakisha.
2 months he's never called you.
He's never called me during the day. In 2 months, 2 whole months, 60 days.
Inafika mahali unashangaa how.
I'm like, ay,
aje?
Why is he calling me today?
Now.
Today.
Carry on.
So I tell him, whatever you think of, let her do whatever you think of.
Yeah.
So after I hung up, I called my cab guy. I was like, umefika wapi? Earlier on, I had called him and I told him.
Nikikupigia tu.
I told him uko wapi? Akaniambia he was in Litain. He had taken some stuff there. So I told him, tafadhali kuja kama umeclear your boot, because he's a cab guy and he's more of those long distance people who carry things for people, mbolea ya watu, magunia ya mbolea, like it's a pro box, so he'd lay down.
Yeah. Like he could come maybe to take you to the supermarket na mzigo huko nyuma.
Yeah, kuna mzigo huko nyuma.
Yeah. Anakwambia ni customer.
Yeah. So I called him and I told him, tafadhali kuja kama umetoa mzigo nyuma. Kuja saizi. Tuko na haraka kidogo, kuja tu. Right now. So he came. I called the second cab. So gari kakuja, the first nikapack vitu and I told him tupatane town kwa building ya mzee. He knew my granddad because he had been raised at home. So he's like, aya sawa tutapatana huko. So I packed things in his car, akaenda. So the second car.
How much load did you have to pack?
2 cars.
So you're doing it on your own?
But I didn't take, mostly it was my own and he was helping me. But he was like, unahama? Akibeba vitu.
Akiuliza?
He was like,
unahama? Unaenda?
Because he was friends with my husband. He's like, unaenda wapi?
Na anapack.
But yeah, he's like, unaenda wapi?
Oh my goodness. Aya, back to the employees. I don't know, niko na concern bado. Wako?
No,
within?
It was 7 p.m. No one saw me leaving.
Oh, to 7. Oh yeah.
No one saw me leaving. Because I knew, mama wa barabara.
Ule beste yetu wa viazi.
If I left when there was still light, angekuwa ashapigiana simu. So I waited for darkness.
When you smart.
So I waited for darkness. 7 nikafika, ikaanza kuwa dark. I was like, I called the guy, he came. Tukapack vitu kwa gari, akaenda. Second car, we packed things. So I left everything in order. But the one thing that was not in order, juu tulikuwa na haraka, ni the gate to my house. That gate, I didn't pull it back. I left it open because nilikuwa nishaingia kwa gari, so sikufikiria kutoka. Kufunga gate. Tukaenda kama nimeacha gate wazi.
But that is the only thing you left.
Yeah, but my house, but my house, it was clean. The sitting room was clean, the bedroom was clean, the kitchen was clean. I left supper warm. I had warmed the food in the cooker.
Shopping ya food.
I had warmed the food in the cooker. Nikawacha lights on sitting room na kitchen. And then I locked the door. I hung my key, my set of the keys for everything.
Which you won't need anymore?
Yeah, the germination room, the greenhouse, the house, all the keys. We had a set.
The whole bunch?
The whole bunch. I hung my set in that bunch. And then because I had the padlock, I locked the main door with the padlock. And then I left. And then I called my wash lady and I told her, kesho kuja panguza nyumba. I was like, kesho. I didn't tell her nimetoka, but I told her, kesho kuja panguza nyumba because the house needed cleaning. Nilikuwa nimepanga juu everything and like seats, the bed, the kitchen. Juu ilikuwa safi lakini chini.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kuhama.
Yeah, kuhama. So I told her, kuja kesho upanguze chini. So mimi nimesahau kufunga gate. That was the only indication that
something is amiss.
Yeah, because alifika, he was like, the gate was wide open. And the gate is never wide open because I used to close it because of his father. So he's like, why is the gate wide open? Like all the way wide open. Anaona taa kwa nyumba, he knows that watu wako ndani. Watu wako ndani. So he gets to the house. Bibi na watoto hawako. My wardrobe is cleaned out. His wardrobe, I arranged his clothes. Yes, and I hung them well, and I arranged his jeans. Everything. Like, everything was in order. I only took out my trays and my children's trays. Yeah. That's what I did. Hata kukuwa na vyombo chafu.
Wewe.
Kuna vyombo chafu. I called my lady up and I told her, kesho ukikuja kupanguza nyumba, kukiwa na vyombo yote, osha pia.
Osha.
And let me know how much that is. She was living nearby, so she didn't know I was leaving. Like, I didn't tell anyone. It's only my sister who knew because she came.
Yeye msawakabi menibamba.
He didn't know. Yeah, unaona like
unaenda. Sasa ni bibi unaenda.
Yeah.
Uko serious?
That's exactly how he was. He was like, unaenda wapi? Yeah. That's how I left.